Here's proof of how YouTube changed my life in a matter of just 2 months, depending on how you look at it, maybe even just 2 weeks. This probably isn't something you've ever seen before, and I'll explain why. This took place in October of 2020 to December of 2020, so literally a 2-month span. To give context, yes, I did have 3 million subscribers, but I was only pulling a couple thousand views a video, which means the channel was super dead and I had to revive it, which is objectively just as hard as starting a channel from zero. So it felt like I was starting over again, and my channel was dead for a long time, literally like almost all of 2020 up until about the end, and I was ready to throw in the towel. Everything was crashing down for me in my life. I had no money, my expenses were high because I had just bought a house. So this was a moment where I needed my life to change, and I needed to change it fast. I basically had a mission to revive my YouTube channel from only getting a couple thousand views a video to 1 million plus views a video quickly. I say October to December because in September I realized I only had 1 month left to where I was gonna miss the payment on my house, have to sell it, and then go homeless. So I had to blow up or else I was gonna be done forever and throw in the towel and go homeless. I was posting the same type of content throughout 2020, only pulling like 5,000 to 10,000 views on my reaction videos. I knew something wasn't working, so the first thing I had to do was pinpoint what the problem was. And I realized that one of the major things is something that everyone else suffers from. There was no real reason to watch my content. I wasn't the only one making that type of content, and the other options had better content than me, so why even watch my videos? I put my head down and reformulated my entire format. I don't want to bore you with all the details, but the bottom line is I crafted a winning format. I posted a video literally in September towards the end, and mid-October, I saw it started to get traction, because the difference here with my other videos, when I initially posted them, they'd get views and then just die off a few days later and never go anywhere. But this video, it kept the views up and growing. So it was slow and it wasn't viral, but it was consistently getting a large amount of views, climbing from 10K, 20K, 30, 40, 50, 60. And at this point, I saw that it had a ton of potential. So I made a follow-up video to it of a similar topic, which was spiders. The original video that blew up was a spider got stuck in his arm. The follow-up video was my pet spider escaped. Literally a week or two before I had to make the payment for my house at the end of October, the original spider video started to blow up. Like, it started to really get some serious views. And because of that, my follow-up spider video also got that drip views from the original, and they both just got a lot of views. 4,000 views an hour, and if you maintain that for 10 hours, that's 40,000 views on 2 videos, that's 80,000, and then over the course of, multiple days, it adds up really quick, and it's all long form. So instantly I went from making like $60 a day quickly to $300-400 a day easily. And that all happened just because of the seeds I planted literally like a month in the past at the time, because the spider video just took a long time to get off the ground. And when it did, the second follow-up video kind of popped off quick. So I made a third follow-up video. This was my 100 pet spiders escape, upping the quality and click appeal from the last follow-up video, and it instantly did well. It got a similar amount of views to my other videos in the first hour because my channel was big with notifications, but what was different is it maintained the 4,000 views. So instead of just getting that the first hour, it kept it, and again, right, just after 1 day, that's gonna be almost 100,000 views, which is a lot more in 1 day than my typical lifetime video performance of 10,000 views lifetime. And again, I don't wanna bore you with the details, but the bottom line is I kept posting spider videos that were absolute bangers, and I went from literally pulling 5,000 to 10,000 views a video to the following month, after a few follow-up videos for the spider, 500,000 views a video, and then the following month after that, nearly 2 million views a video. Yes, that was my average. And if we look at the numbers of how much I made, in October of 2020, I made around $2,000. In November, the following month, I made $45,000. And in December, I made $115,000 just from YouTube AdSense. Now that's about a 2-month time span of going from almost throwing in the towel, not be able to pay my expenses, almost quitting, to making over 100 grand a month just because of like one video that I capitalized on. And that's how YouTube can change your life in literally a few months, and depending on how you look at it, a couple weeks. Success on YouTube happens not at all, then all at once, because YouTube is all about momentum and traction. You could have nothing going on like I did all of 2020, then you post that one video that gets traction, and what matters is your actions that follow that video in that window of time you have while that video is getting traction. That will determine your result. And you can go from pulling a couple thousand views to millions of views if you play your cards right. So if you're thinking about doing YouTube, lock in for at least a few months. Don't give up, because that's not enough time to know if your strategy is going to work. You could literally be one viral video away from your big break, but that could be 3 months in, right? You could have no success for 2.5 months, and then on the third month is when you blow up. So that's why it's so important just to stick with it. I can help you with YouTube and show you the strategy that I used during these 3 months. Link in the description, get the YouTube Bible. It goes over everything. But even as a seasoned YouTuber, I still have doubts when starting new channels, but I always just tell myself, trust the process, right? Because if you're having the good inputs, it's only a matter of time till you get the right output, and it's up to the YouTube algorithm for how long it's going to take to happen. But when you get the window, when you get the one video to pop off, capitalize on it. Don't let the opportunity fly by. Don't miss the video on screen, because it could be the reason why you're not getting your videos over 1,000 views.